Video will be working on a washing machine. So the specific issue that we're having on this washing machine is the washing machine fills up. Already it's on its small cycle. Let's put it to medium just to kind of give you an idea. It fills up. It even starts to agitate. But what happens is once it starts to actually go to its other cycles, it will stop working. So for instance, you can hear the timer running. We don't hear anything going on with the washing machine. Here on the rinse cycle, we don't hear anything going on. And even on the spin cycle, we don't hear any activity inside of the washing machine. So at this point, the first thing we're going to do obviously is we want to check the function on the lid switch to make sure it's working properly. Now the first thing that I do whenever I have a call is I want to test the lid switch. So right here, the lid switch is secured by 2 screws. And what happens is when your lid switch pushes down and engages this latch, it'll activate the lid switch. What I do sometimes is when I get a call, I'll actually start putting pressure here and I'll push down to see if the lid switch will turn on. So here I'm going to turn it on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on the lid switch area and then I'm going to press down and see if that extra pressure will engage the switch. Now there are other ways for us to test it, and I'm going to show you how. Sometimes just putting that pressure down isn't enough. So what I do sometimes is I will open the lid switch and then I will actually take a screwdriver and push the lid switch down as much as I can. Here I'll turn on the washing machine. Here I basically just put my screwdriver in as deep as I can, and that will also trigger the lid switch, and basically you're bypassing the little latch mechanism that is on the actual lid. Another thing that we can do is we can actually jump out the lid switch. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these 2 screws on the side panel, and the way you do that is by removing the screws that secure your electrical panel. And now we're going to flip this over, and there's going to be 2 brackets inside, and we're going to remove those. Your flathead screwdriver, you're going to pop out these 2. This is a side view. Basically your screwdriver goes in, you push down, and it pops out. In, push down, and it pops out. Now we're going to disconnect the lid switch. And unplug your washing machine. Turn on your washing machine. What I did here was I took my jumper wires and I inserted it into the 2 terminals excluding the ground. So here you can see I jumper it. The reason I turn off the power is because if you touch this wire, if it's exposed and you have power going in, you could really hurt yourself. So if you're not comfortable, call a professional, somebody that's experienced and knows what they're doing. Just be very careful, and like I said, make sure that the power is off when you do this. This is why I turn the power off first, then I turn the switch on, and then what I'll do is once I have my jumper inside, I'll go ahead and plug the washing machine in. If it starts up, then I know that the issue is going to be the lid switch. Plug your washing machine in, and you can see because we jumped the lid switch, the washing machine is working. So at this point we do know that the lid switch is going to be the issue. So right now we're going to show you how to be more professional if you have the tools. So here we have a multimeter, and we're going to set the multimeter to continuity. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 leads off of our multimeter, and then we're going to put them in the two sides, excluding the ground. So the ground is in the middle. You're basically going to take one lead, put it on the left side, one lead and put it on the right side. Now sometimes your continuity will detect and it'll start beeping. It really depends on the make and model, but you can see here, here's the switch, and I'm going to manually engage the switch, and you'll hear that it does have continuity once it starts to beep. Now I'm going to let it go. One more time. If you do have continuity, then you know your switch is good. If you don't have continuity, then you know that your switch is bad. Now we're going to do an actual live test. First thing you want to do is unplug your washing machine, which I've already done here. And now I'm going to put my leads inside of this lid switch, and then I'm going to test it here by engaging it and to see if I have continuity. So here I have my leads inside. I have my multimeter set to continuity. Now it should be beeping because right now the lid switch is engaged. So it should be beeping, letting me know that I have continuity, but it's not picking up continuity. So even if I pick up the switch and I put it back up and down, you can see that my reading hasn't changed. So this is how you are able to diagnose your washer lid switch. At this point we have everything disassembled. Now we're going to remove the outer casing of the washing machine, and I'm going to show you how to replace the lid switch. Again, please make sure that your power is off. Go ahead and open your lid. Keep one hand on the top of the lid, put one hand underneath, and what you're going to do is you're going to wiggle the casing so that you can remove it. Lay the cover of your washing machine down, and then we're going to go ahead and remove the lid switch. And if you see here, there's just going to be two clips here. You're going to push them in and you're going to pull this out. Then there's like little metal clips that hold the actual wires, and you're basically going to just pull it out. Be very careful. You are working on metal. You don't want to cut yourself. And then we're going to come over here and remove the ground and completely remove the old lid switch. So here, just going to push the side in on both ends and then push it in. Remove the ground wire. Then you're just basically going to remove the wire from these little inserts. That's your old lid switch. Put in our new lid switch. You're basically following the same procedure that I just showed you. You're putting the clip in, you're going to follow the clips, and then put your ground back on. Go ahead and reattach your new latch, and make sure that you put the screws back in to secure it. Put your new latch on. Go ahead and reassemble your panel. So here we're going to put the lid switch back in, and then we're going to put our clips Go ahead and secure the panel in your washing machine. Now we're going to test it. If this video was informational, if it was a help, please subscribe.